So as a kid, I fantasized about being in an accident and becoming a girl, because the accident would be that I would lose my male genitalia. And at a certain point, when I was about 11 years old, it started dawning on me that that wasn't going to happen. And I knew already what I was. I knew I wasn't supposed to talk about it on pain of being institutionalized. And I started discovering the cruising scene, and I met nice older men who were very friendly and very protective and generous, and they never forced me to do anything I didn't want to. They were men who would be deemed perverts and predators by the normal people. And whenever I tell people, and I like to tell people that I did sex work between my 11th and 17th, because I knew I couldn't come out as a trans woman. I knew I was a trans woman. I knew that trans women, in order to save money for their surgery in Casablanca, which was the only place, had to do sex work. So, there's not a lot of choice. I had written letters to psychiatrists asking for puberty blockers, and I never got an answer until I was about 16 and started writing that I was contemplating suicide because I was afraid of going through male puberty. I didn't get puberty blockers. I got hormonal treatment when I was 17, and only because my dad took me off the streets and started talking to the psychiatrists as well. The psychiatrist of the gender team of the city where I lived. And I had almost stopped talking by then because I had to keep so many balls up in the air. I wasn't allowed to talk about being trans. I certainly didn't want anybody to know that I was doing sex work, because if they would know at home or at school or my friends or the psychiatrist who then had consented to talk to me, made very clear that they didn't want perverts or hookers or lesbians or men who loved women and wanted to become women were the worst perverts. I mean, as a trans lesbian woman in those days, it was unheard of. Then you were just... And a couple of years later, when I had the surgery, they offered to not make a vagina when you were a lesbian. Then they would just make just a vulva, because lesbians didn't need vaginas. It was so funny. I mean, we always find something to laugh about. When I tell people that I already did SW at that age, they claim that I'm so damaged by that. But I'm not. They never let me do anything I didn't want to. They never forced me. They, being the horrible perverts, were actually my guardian angels. And the men who let me discover sex. And that was okay. I mean, sex is okay. It had nothing to do with my identity as a trans woman. Only when I started looking like a woman is when things became violent, when customers became very dangerous. They were the normal people, the heterosexual, cisgender men who, well, let's say they force you to do stuff you don't want to do. I was glad that my dad saved me. Well, coming this far. My story in snippets.